Hello, I'm Blaine Marion.
And I'm Courtney Marion.
And on today's episode of Macaroni Meadows, we're joined by the Buick Outdoors crew. And we are picking wild rose petals. So these wild rose petals, we're gonna be using them to make some rose petal jelly. And you can use them for a couple other things. I seen a recipe for a fruit smoothie I might try out. And Courtney's gonna throw some in the dehydrator, dehydrate them, make some teas. So yeah.
Some rose petals and some witchy things.
Yeah, we'll see what she's got on the go here. Rose petals are full of antioxidants and vitamins, and they just smell amazing. So we're gonna get to picking and get a whole bunch.
I also want to give a shout out to Macaroni. She couldn't come today because her snout is burnt.
Sorry, Rona.
Sorry, Rona.
All right, Cordo, you start picking. I'll just film you.
Just a leaf thing?
Yeah.
Can you smell them yet?
Mm-hmm.
You can smell them when I'm close to them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a couple of these for witchy purposes as well.
Yeah. That's perfect. You can see there's rose petals everywhere here. One of the coolest things in Hudson Hope, nothing says summertime like the smell of rose petals. Look at that. And we got another beautiful day in Hudson Hope. Weather's amazing. Courtney's having lots of fun picking roses.
Yeah.
Let's see how much you got so far. Look at that. Tons.
Coming along, yeah?
Look at the size of this rose bush too.
This is a big rose.
It's huge. And what Courtney always says, when you take from nature, you gotta give back. And look at that. Beer can in the trees. We'll take that with us. Always clean up your garbage when you're out in the bush. And found another can. Look at this one. Old Chili Pilly. Make sure we take that with us. And we stumbled across some bluebells as well. Pick some of those. Maybe have a nice cup of tea with that. Bluebells are another great smelling flower. Oh, there's a whole bunch in here. Look at all the rose petals, rose hips we got. Awesome. Didn't take us very long. Maybe picking for, I don't know, 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes. We got a basket full. So we're gonna get these home, gonna start making some jam and dehydrated rose hips. So we're back here at the house now, and we're gonna get ready to make some rose petal jelly. Once again, we'll be using the Boreal Herbal. It's got the recipe in there. This is all that we got here today. So we got a bunch of rose hips, and there's even some bluebells in there as well. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna dump this out, and we're gonna kind of separate all the rose petals, rose hips, and bluebells. Oh, so pretty. Woohoo. Okay, gonna get to work. Just gonna separate it all. Using some of the petals to make jelly. Gonna dehydrate the rose hips for teas and some other stuff. And then gonna check out the recipe in the Boreal Herbal. There is that smoothie I was talking about earlier, so we kind of want to try that out too. Okay, we got everything separated here. We got our rose petals, got a little handful of bluebells, and all the rose hips. First thing we're gonna do is get the dehydrator out, get the rose hips and the bluebells in there. We got our 2 trays here to go in the dehydrator. Just gonna spread the rose hips out on them. Try Try to make it so they're not touching each other. One cool thing is when you dehydrate rose tips, it makes your house smell really good. Even just us separating them right now, the house smells really good. Perfect. Okay, you want to help me put this in the dehydrator?
Yep.
Grab your tray.
They smell nice.
Yeah, they smell amazing. Okay, slap them in there. Got her?
Got it. Oopsie. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, maybe not.
Okay, and we are gonna go 131 for, we'll do, it says 6 to 8 hours, so we'll try 6 and we'll see what they are like after 6 hours. The house is gonna smell so good. Okay, so we're gonna try this smoothie out. We pretty much got everything we need here at the house, so let's see, we need yogurt, milk, ice, fresh mint, which we have outside, rose petals, lime juice, and a pinch of salt. We definitely have all that here, so let's make a smoothie. Well, I lied, we don't have yogurt, so it was only 2 tablespoons, so we'll just put a little extra milk in, pretend it's yogurt. Okay, it says for half a cup, so we'll just do 1 cup because we're gonna make enough for me and Courtney. Need 2 cups of ice. There we go, a bunch of ice in there. Next up, fresh mint. Gotta go outside. Yeah, we got some mint growing here outside. Cut some off of there. Perfect, nice little handful. Alright, we'll chuck our fresh mint in there. And then it's calling for a 1/4 cup of rose petals. So now let's do a couple handfuls here. You never have too many, I don't think. Yeah, maybe a little more. Looks good to me. And 1 teaspoon of lime juice. We don't have lime juice, but I got something that should work. Little margarita mix. Let's do a little shot of that in there. Let's see, why not? There. And the last thing, pinch of sea salt. Get a pinch of the salt in there. Get the lid on her. Let's see what happens. Okay, we put some honey in it, and now how does it taste?
Really good.
Yeah, it's way
better. It's still, if you like bitter, it's okay without it, but I myself am bitter enough. I like a little honey in her. Yeah,
it's really good with a scoop of honey. All right, guys, we're gonna get to work here and make our rose petal jelly. Okay, so we got all our stuff here ready to make our rose petal jelly. So first couple steps here, we're gonna turn on the heat, medium. We're gonna mix in 2 cups of water and 2 cups of our rose petals. I have to chuck them in there. And need 2/3 of a cup of sugar. That in there. 1/3. And 2. Get that all mixed together and bring it up to a boil. Alright, our mixture's come up to a boil here now. So we are going to turn the heat down and simmer for 5 minutes. This smells so good. Just a sweet aroma, just smells like wild roses. Well, she's been simmering here for 5 minutes. So now we just got to shut the heat off. Take her off the heat. And that's actually going to sit overnight, so just lets all the flavor come out of the rose petals and into the water and sugar mixture. So we'll let that sit overnight, and in the morning we'll make the jelly. So we left our rose petals out overnight to get all the flavors out of them. So now what we got to do is strain the water out. So we got our mixture here. I'm just going to strain out the petals. There we go, that's what we're left with. A little bit more out of it. Kind of squish her down a bit, get all the juice out of her. There we go. That's what we're left with. And while we're making our jelly here, all Courtney's dehydrated rose hips are all done. So we're going to pull those out, get them all in a mason jar for her. These are great for making teas and keeping around the house. They just smell amazing. Oops. So that's what we ended up with. We got 2 jars of dehydrated rose hips. Great for teas, great for making your house smell good. Just really cool. Now, back to the jelly. So we got that in there. Next couple ingredients we got to add in is some white grape juice and some, I don't know, purple grape juice, regular grape juice. I don't know what to call it. So we did half a cup of the white grape juice, half a cup of the purple. Now, some pectin. Get that all stirred in there. Now we're gonna bring this up to a boil, and we're gonna boil it for 1.5 minutes once it comes up to a boil. Okay, she's starting to boil here. So now we gotta boil this for 1.5 minutes. Then we're gonna add our remaining sugar and bring it back to a boil. It's been 1.5 minutes, so we're gonna slowly add the rest of the sugar. Okay, our mixture has been boiling here for another minute. Now we gotta take her off the heat. Giving it a taste test already, it tastes amazing. Now we're gonna check it here. See if it coats the back of the spoon, which it's doing. Perfect. Now we already got our jars all sanitized, ready to go, so we're gonna start filling them up. Take our mixture here. Try to be kind of careful. We'll see how much we get here. little tiny bit left over, but that's okay. Look at that. Rose petal jelly. Get our lids on, and we're done. Just like that. Rose petal jelly. Simple, easy, fun to make, tastes delicious, fun to pick. Well guys, we hope you liked that video. Collecting rose petals, collecting rose hips, making dehydrated rose hips, making the rose petal jelly. We're gonna put it all down in our pantry, and we'll be stocked up here for the next little while. Anyways, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. As always, check us out on our next adventure.